Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Nicole and I love plants. I love all kinds of plants. My favorite genus is probably cacti. It is cacti. However, I love all different types of plants. I like philodendrons, I like monsteras, I like anthuriums. I love all types of plants. As you can see, I have quite the collection here. And the camera is in front of an entire table full of cacti. I probably have over about 50 different species of cactus that I've gotten from all over the US, and I definitely hold them near and dear to my heart. Today's video, though, is going to be about those plants that you don't really see in my videos because I don't have them, but you don't hear me talk about them either because maybe some of them are considered rare or they're really expensive and I just haven't gotten my hands on any of them. But I would love to have these plants in my collection. I think the only way I would obtain these plants in my collection is if I had a friend that gifted me one, or I did a plant swap and I got a cutting from someone in trade of something else. I cannot see myself buying any of these plants just because I'm not a big spender when it comes to plants. I'm not. No offense to anybody that is. Hey, you got a nice collection. But it's just not something I could bring myself to do. Mainly because I feel like, what if I kill that plant? Like, I've killed so many plants in my plant journey. What if I kill it and I spent all this money on it? And I just can't bring myself to be okay with that. That's just a personal thing. I have my little list here. It's my list. I have 4 monsteras on here. I have 5 Alocasias on here, or Alocasias, or however you say it. A lot of people hate Alocasias, so this will be a fun video to see people's reaction to. I happen to love them. I have 7 philodendron and 3 anthurium, and then 1 other plant. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna go in groups and we're gonna talk about each plant that I would love. I have 20 total. I know, it's crazy. It's a long wish list, but I see these plants in other people's collection and I've been slowly writing them down, and I've just been saying it would be cool to come across these plants. If any of you guys have these plants and I happen to have any plants in my collection that you'd want to trade with, obviously reach out to me, leave me a message in the comments section below. But yeah, I don't know if my collection is impressive enough for anybody to trade with any of these plants. But nonetheless, I'm gonna take a sip of coffee. It's a little early. It's about, I think it's day 48 of quarantine. I don't have anything else to say about that. I'm just bored. First up on my list, and I'm going to mention 2 at the same time, is the Monstera Constellation and the Monstera Albo. This might differentiate me from the rest of the plant community when I say this, but I think that I prefer the Constellation over the Monstera Albo. And for this reason alone, the variegation in a constellation is more stable than the variegation in an elbow. It has those speckles of variegation. The variegation is very spread out on the leaf, whereas an elbow has those deep patches of white and green, and it's gorgeous, don't get me wrong. But I see so many elbows with the white part just kind of browning away at the leaf. And it's because it's not photosynthesizing in that section, so it eventually dies off. With the constellation, it's just so much more stable and spread out that constellations seem to look healthier than most elbows. Unless you're doing a Google search, then of course all the prettiest elbows will pop up. Both are absolutely gorgeous. I wouldn't mind having either one of them in my collection, but I prefer a tie over an elbow. Does that make sense? I'm gonna say this wrong, but I'm gonna try. Monstera Pinnatipartita. Pinnatipartita. Did I say that right? But that's how it's spelled, y'all. Monstera Pinnatipartita. The large version. How gorgeous is this plant? Oh my gosh, it's just stunning. The leaves are just so pretty. I absolutely love it. So that's definitely a plant that I would love to have. I do have a Peru, a Siltepecana, a Deliciosa, an Adansonii, wide and narrow form. So I am slowly building up my Monstera collection, and I think that might be what draws me to these other Monstera forms. Just like kind of add, like the whole fun part of adding to a specific genus of plant, you know? It's just fun. It's just really fun. Next up, we have Alocasias. The first Alocasia I would love to get is the Cuprea. These leaves almost look prehistoric. The shell of an ancient turtle or something. It just looks so cool, and it's shiny. And depending on which way you look at it, it almost looks like it could have a deep green, semi-purple. It's so pretty. And the ripples are just so pronounced, and I absolutely love it. Right along the same type of look is the Alocasia Silver Dragon. It has a similar look to the Cuprea. You guys, you know me already. I don't pronounce the names of plants right. But the silver dragon has that same shape, except it's silvery, and it has this really pretty, the ripples are the same, just has like this more light silvery type of look. Really pretty. The next one in my Alocasia list is the Alocasia Baginda. This plant is so gorgeous. It definitely has the same type of shape, except there's like multiple colors in this leaf. Green, purple, silver. The veining on it is so pronounced and dark. It is so gorgeous. It's probably my number one pick out of my Alocasias. I don't even know. Like, I've looked up where to find them, and I can't find them anywhere. So gorgeous. The Alocasia Black Velvet, that one kind of reminds me of the Amazonica, only it's soft. Like, the leaves are actually soft. Actually, it kind of reminds me of Philodendron Gloriosum with the real soft leaves. It's so pretty, and it, again, right up there with the Alocasia look, but still small. Just absolutely gorgeous. Ugh. I can't, I'm looking at it and it's just so pretty. I have one more Alocasia, and that is the Alocasia Frydek. Now, this one's not very hard to get your hands on, but it used to be. And when I first noticed it, it was quite pricey. It does have a similar look to an Alocasia poly or an Alocasia like Amazonica, but it's soft. Like, the leaves are actually soft. I just love the veining on it and how the veining is lighter than the leaf itself. It's so pretty. Okay, sip of coffee. You guys, I'm looking at my cactus and I think I have spider mites on them, which really sucks. I'm going to take a quick video and insert it here. See, that's me. I'm recording. And then see those webs right there? Oh, I'm hoping it's a regular spider, but we'll see. I don't know. Next up on the list is, I need to get my thing out here. We're going to talk about Philodendron. Oh, before we go into Philodendron, I wanted to talk about one in particular, the Epiprenum Pinnatum Variegata. Oh, guys, look at this plant. It's got the fenestrations. It almost looks like a Adansonii, but it's not. And it's so gorgeous. The fenestrations are so much deeper than Adansonii or Monstera can ever get to. And it's just so pretty. So expensive though, you guys. Wow. Let's talk about Philodendron. First up is the Philodendron Gloriosum. Guys, when we talk about heart-shaped leaves, I'm not talking about Rachel and Casey. I'm talking about heart-shaped leaves. This takes the cake, okay? The Gloriosum is just absolutely glorious, hence the name. The veining is just pure white, and the leaves are velvet green. And the way that it grows, oh my gosh, it's just so, it's breathtaking, you guys. And all of these philodendrons in this list are, but I think that this one might be my favorite. The next one is the Philodendron Melanochrisum. Now this one has the same heart-shaped leaf, except the bottom is just a little bit more pointy than the Gloriosum. And it's a little bit darker too. It tends to be a little bit darker. The veining's not as pronounced, but it's still a beautiful, very highly sought out plant. I know a lot of people that have them, and they're just gorgeous in person. I love them. Oh my gosh. Next up is kind of a wonky plant, and we all know I like the wonky ones, is the Philodendron Billitae. Billitae. The Billitae is a plant I got in my green space ID order, and it ended up dying because it got frost damage. But I am getting this plant in like a month or so, whenever the coronavirus decides to go away. They are shipping me a new order, so I'm quite excited about that. But the Billitae is really cool. It has almost like a red stem, and the leaf is solid green, but the leaves on these plants are very elongated, and I love those types of plants. Are like skinny but long. I just feel like that growth pattern is so different. Like you don't see that here in the US growing anywhere. So I think that those are really cool. Right along the same growth pattern as the Billitae is the Philodendron Atabopoense. I first saw this plant on Kaylee Ellen's channel when she was doing plant ID, rare plant index, sorry. And I fell in love with it then. The Atabopoense, the leaves on it are similar to the Billitae, except I feel like they are a little longer, like they can grow a little longer. Now, obviously, when you see these plants in their natural habitat, like in the rainforests in other parts of the world, they get pretty huge. So to be able to tell the difference between a Billitae and an Atabopoense in like the rainforest, we likely wouldn't be able to tell them apart. Well, I wouldn't be able to tell them apart. Because they'd just be so huge. You'd be like, okay, that's one of them. They're definitely similar in style. And again, I love that long leaf. It's so pretty. Now, I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, but the Philodendron Mamei, or is it Mamei? We're gonna go with Mamei. I think I've heard it said that way. This plant is quite interesting. It's a heart-shaped leaf, but it's a little bit of a different shape. It kind of goes inward, like it has more of a dip, and the bottom is very pointy, and it is a deep green with very pronounced variegation and almost has like a clear ripple to it, kind of like the Alocasias. Oh my god, it's so pretty. And I absolutely love the pattern of the heart and how it has that dip in the middle, because it's just like, you know, it doesn't go straight heart. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm playing Pictionary over here. It's absolutely gorgeous and definitely a plant I wouldn't mind having. And I know some people that have this plant as well, and it's just like I could stare at it for hours. Another leaf with a very similar pattern to the Mamei is the Plowmanii. Now this plant is, I feel like the leaves can get bigger than the Mamei in houseplant conditions. They just have a bigger form of leaf, more ripples, I feel, and it's, oh my god, it's just like, just look at it. This is a plant I'd be afraid I'd kill, just because it looks like it would be a little sensitive. The edges are kind of thin and like ruffled, and oh, so gorgeous. I would imagine it needs a lot of humidity, just like the rest of these plants. Gorgeous plant. And then we also have, last on our philodendron list, which is definitely a favorite for a lot of people, is the Philodendron Verrucosum. It's so pretty. It's got a deeper green, definitely more of a heart-shaped pattern, but it also has like a little bit of a variegation in it, and it looks like there could be some burgundy purple parts to this leaf. It's so pretty. And I do know that when the new leaves come in, they kind of come in with like a pink red hue, which is really cool. A lot of leaves tend to come in different colors. New baby leaves, when they unfurl, they come in as different colors than the rest of the plant, and then they, you know, photosynthesize and they get that deep green. Oh, so pretty. Oh, we're on our anthuriums, and this is the last of my top 20 favorite plants. So let's talk anthurium. The first anthurium on my list is the Anthurium King Clarinervium. Clarinervium? It says my camera's overheating, but it's Chicago. It's 50 degrees and it's just in a window. Like, I don't really understand what that means. Anthurium King Clarinervium or Clarinervum. Am I saying that right? I don't know. We don't know. We don't know. This plant is so pretty. A perfect heart, I would say, with a perfect white variegation. And the leaves are actually kind of small to start. They grow almost like in a cluster of leaves. I mean, they all have their individual stems, but they kind of cluster together. And I feel like it's more of a hardier plant. And I have heard that anthuriums are quite easy to take care of. I would expect that they weren't. Like, they just sound like a hard to care for plant. But I've heard that they kind of go hand in hand with the care of a philodendron. Easy peasy lemon squeezy? I don't know, you tell me. Let's go to the Anthurium Chamberlani. Let's see if I can say that right. Chamberlani. Chamberlani? Sure. This plant is literally so gorgeous. The ripples on this plant are very dramatic. They go throughout the whole leaf all the way down. It's actually an elongated leaf, but still in that same heart-shaped pattern. So when these things get to be full size in, rainforest life, they're huge. The next one is the last one on my list, and it's the Anthurium Magnificum. Now, this specific plant also comes in a cross breed. Is that the right word? Magnificum cross crystallinum, which is also just absolutely stunning. But this one I'm talking about specifically is just the Anthurium Magnificum, which is a green. It's almost like not a neon green, but a very bright green color. And the veining doesn't just go straight down the center and out the leaves. It kind of goes straight down and then it spreads out, and it's just very, very pretty. Another heart-shaped leaf that's just so stunning that I would love to have in my collection. Absolutely gorgeous. Okay, guys, that's my top 20. And I'm going to have these listed in the description box below. And what I'm also going to list is I'm going to list a few of your top favorite wish list plants. I did a live video the other day, and in it, I asked you guys to leave me comments with all of your favorite top wish list plants. And just to name a few, Lindsay Robb loves the Philodendron Gloriosum. Same girl, same. Lindsay loves leaves, loves the Plowmanii. See, like we're on the same page here, right? Bernie likes the Jade Scindapsus. The Scindapsus is a gorgeous plant, and like that's not a highly sought out plant, and it's not a rare plant by any means, but it's absolutely gorgeous. The variegation on a Scindapsus, it's beautiful. Cody from the plant channel likes the Jopii, the Philodendron Jopii, which here's a picture of it, and I don't know why I missed this one. So pretty. It's absolutely stunning. The potted couple likes the Philodendron Golden Dragon. Very cool. Amy Hogden likes the Philodendron Burley Marks. I love the Burley Marks. I definitely have a Burley Marks in my collection, and I'm getting a variegated one, and I'm excited about it. Those plants are just incredible. Pammy's Planty Things loves the elbow as well. Yes, it's a very beautiful plant. So does Cheryl Faulkner. Update. It was just a spider. Regular old spider. It's not Spider-Man.